Hello there, on a really beautiful day. It's Tuesday the 2nd of August 2011. Welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk. A lovely day yesterday, Monday, absolutely stunning day. And it was my mum's birthday yesterday. My mum died in the year 2000, but each year on her birthday I make a short trip to the cemetery. It's about an hour away at Putney Vale Cemetery. And don't laugh, I do take down a birthday cake, which this year, on my inspection in the cake section in Waitrose, was a large... You know those... Oh, who makes them now? Oh, not McDougall's. Mr. Kipling. You know those Mr. Kipling cakes? They do a very large version of a French fancy. Now, French fancies, there's usually 6 in a box. 2 pink ones, 2 yellow ones, and 2 chocolate ones. I can tell you this because I love them. They also do a very large birthday type, which is just like a large pink one. So I got one of those from Waitrose and some flowers. And I went down there with a plate and a knife and my thermos flask full of tea. And I sat by the grave and half an hour, did a little bit of, tidying up. And it was all very nice, just sitting there chatting away to my mum. For her birthday. She would be either 80 or 81. I'm really not good with numbers. It's either 80 or 81. So happy birthday to my mum for yesterday. I had about a quarter of the cake and then I leave the rest there. And next time I go down to the grave, which actually will be for our anniversary on the 18th of November, then I shall dispose of it then. And little animals, I'm sure, will have a little nibble away of that. The only thing is, because it's been so dry here over the last few weeks, all those plants I've put in the grave, they were like, they weren't dead, but they were like, wilting, wilted down like that. Oh, please, can we have a drink? Oh, please give us a drink. So I watered them at the beginning of the visit, and, within half an hour they had started to pull up. So there you are, lads. If you have any wilting problems at all, just drink lots of water and wait half an hour. So much better than those little blue diamond tablets, don't you think? So that was yesterday. I meant to tell you about the quiz night on Sunday. Very, very good indeed. We had 35 people playing. And a group of people known as the Hammersmith Broads, because you can either play individually or as a team, you see. The particular team that won were the Hammersmith Broads, and they got, I think, a total of 36 marks out of 50. It was a possible total of 50, but there were 32 marks that they got, and they won with that. And the next one behind them was Kumbaya. They called themselves Kumbaya. You know that hymn? Kumbaya. I don't know if they're Catholics or not, really don't. But they called themselves Kumbaya. They were second with 27 points. It was 3 lovely girls from the USA. They didn't do too well. And there's some rude names in there as well, which I cannot possibly tell you. And anyway, that Hammersmith Broad teams, they ended up winning a £50 bar tab. And we do that all again next Sunday night, okay? Quiz night in London every Sunday night from 7 p.m. in the evening, and that's at Belushi's in Hammersmith, just on Hammersmith Broadway. I like the quiz night every Sunday from 7 o'clock. The only thing with the quiz nights is that there's always 1 or 2 people who blooming well moan. Oh, the questions are too difficult. Oh, there's too many questions that are not about England. Oh, there's too many questions that are about England. Oh, there's not enough international questions. Oh, there's too many and they do. And it's always only a couple of people, and they won't moan once. They will moan throughout the entire thing. Oh, can you speak more slowly? And moan all night. And I'm afraid you have to just ignore them and get on with it. Try and pacify it. There's one moaning that the questions were too hard, interestingly enough, who came from the winning team. So it can't have been that hard. However, there was one particular question last night that I thought was quite hard. Now, of course, you have the advantage of probably having Google sitting there in front of you, and you can use that. But before you type into Google, try and have a think about what this is, because I've got to be honest, I'm not very clever. I don't consider myself very clever, particularly with stuff like general knowledge. But one of the general knowledge, that's another thing they moan about. Oh, there's too many music questions. And, you know, you're doing you say, and now we're going to do a music round. And then they go, oh, there's too many music questions. It's a music round, dear. You know, what do you want? Dates and history and all that business? Oh, do stop moaning and just get on with it. For God's sake. Anyway, one of the questions in the general knowledge last night, have a listen to this. See if you've got any idea what it means, because I don't. The question was, that was on Sunday night, not last night. Last night was Monday. Quiz night's on Sunday, okay? Who are more powerful in an oligarchy? I will spell that for you. Don't look it up on the net yet. Oligarchy. Any ideas what that is? Who are more powerful in an oligarchy? And I had absolutely no idea what that was. You know, I'm standing there walking around. I walk around. I try and make it fun. It's not serious, you know. We try and make it fun. I walk around with the questions, and quite often I read out some questions. I ain't got a clue what the question. I haven't got a clue what it's talking about. All right. So, who are more powerful in an oligarchy? Have a little think about that, and I shall tell you what it is before the end of the show, boys and girls. Okay. I'm very pleased to say something has come through the letterbox. Something I ordered, which I happen to consider this the best ever Doctor Who adventure. Okay. I've mentioned it before, but it's now out on DVD, and it's Jon Pertwee with Doctor Who and Planet of the Spiders. I've got the DVD cover in front of me there, and there you see the recently deceased Sarah Jane Smith, Elizabeth Sladen, wonderful actress who sadly died earlier this year, quite early in her life as well. She wasn't that old. But she's there with Jon Pertwee, of course, who has also died some years ago now. He was the Doctor, 1970s to 1974, right? So Doctor Who, Planet of the Spiders. And in there, the monsters are very large spiders. And as I say, I've talked about this a long time ago. They are the most unrealistic spiders you have ever seen in your entire life. They really are. And instead of frightening you, this will make you die with laughter. I mean, it really will. It's very, very good indeed. So I highly recommend that, okay? Doctor Who and Planet of the Spiders, a BBC DVD, and that's out now, okay? Alrighty, of course we're very good again last night at the karaoke, Monday night karaoke, again at Belushi's in Hammersmith. We've got karaoke tonight, if you're in the Fulham area, every Tuesday night, which is tonight for me, okay, Fulham night, Tuesday, Fulham Belushi's from 9 o'clock, okay, it's right on the mini roundabout on Fulham Broadway. Karaoke tonight at Belushi's in Fulham, every Tuesday night between 9 PM and 12 midnight, okay? And very nice to see a friend of mine back from Poland, Raf, who used to work with me at Belushi's in Hammersmith, and indeed he took over the management ship for a short while in the Fulham branch and took me on there to do the karaoke, but he's not there now, and he left the company to travel, and went over to Poland, and I don't know what went wrong, but something wasn't quite right there, and he came back and was very happy to be back. So he turned up in the pub last night, and that's very nice. And he's now working at a place in Kensal Green called the William IV, and he's just started there. And apparently they are looking at doing more nights. They already have a DJ there on Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, a few weeks ago, the lady who owns the pub, Janet was her name, she actually came into Belushi's one Saturday night while I was still there, and offered me a job at her place, but at the time, you know, I was busy every night, I was working every night, so couldn't do it. Even now, all I have off at the moment is one Saturday in every 2, and you can bet your bottom dollar I shall try and fill that, no matter how many people say to me, oh, you need a night off. I like working. I love it. I love it. I love standing there, putting records on and watching people have a good time dancing. I love standing there, putting backing tracks on and watching people have a good time singing. I love it. And doing a quiz night, I love it all. You know, why why kind of not do something one night a week just for the sake of it, if you love what you're doing, you know? So there we are. Some emails then. Hello to Vicky. Hello Vicky. Vicky Carroll Price. How are you? Last time I saw her, she was tiny. She's now a fully grown woman with a husband. She wrote, good luck with knocking down the shed. And Nick the cabbie, you're a nutter. Well, Nick is a nutter, Vicky. And good news, he is now back from holiday. And he's already sent us in a new taxi story, which hopefully will be on perhaps the next show or the one after, okay? Welcome back from your holiday, Nick. Hope you and Fiona had a really nice time there, okay? Hello to Chris Harris, who says, I've been watching a lot of your 10-minute talks lately. You seem like such a nice bloke. Well, I might do on front of the camera. What am I like, though, in real life? That's the question, Chris. And handsome, too. You're having a handsome, me? You're having a laugh, aren't you? About 10 years ago, perhaps. All right, 15 years ago. Not now. Average. I think the word you're looking for is average. You have a really friendly, likeable voice. Gorgeous cat too. I'm glad you like the voice. And that's the point. I haven't seen the cat this afternoon. I don't know where she is. She's probably in a shade somewhere, resting from the sun, because it is very, very hot out here today, as indeed it was yesterday. And what's the time? Oh, I think we've run out of time actually for the show today. Let's have a look there. Yeah, we run out of time for the show today. Thanks so much for watching and listening. My email address, if you want to join in, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Don't forget you can just subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. You need to be a member of YouTube to do that, okay? But membership is indeed free. Once again, Chris Reardon UK, okay? youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Oh, just before I go, I got to tell you, I was on Facebook last night. Oh, by the way, my Facebook username is the same as the YouTube, Chris Reardon UK. That's my Facebook username, Chris Reardon UK. And I got into this conversation with someone who I thought was one of my friends. And there's her picture. Her picture was there, her name was there, her family was down the side, right? And it wasn't, hi Chris, how are you? It was, hi Chris, I got the money, did you get yours? This is happening on an instant message type thing, right? Not emails. And I'm like, no, what money was that? Oh, didn't you get the email? I saw your name at the top that you'd won money as well. Okay? And this went on, and the entire subject was money. And I said, no. I said, what's it all about? She said, well, I got this email. All you have to do is send them your email and some money or bank details. I can't remember what she said now. And they sent it to you, and I passed straight back to her. Do not send any money. It's not a scam. She said, it's not a scam. I said, it's a scam. She said, it's not a scam. I said, it definitely is. She says, how do you know it's a scam? I said, I just know. I said, you don't get something for nothing. She said, well, I've got my money straight away. I said, well, how much did you get? And she said something like £10,000 or something like that, right? And then I says, how did you get it? And she says, I just sent them my bank details. Why don't you send them yours? And then I sent a message, and I says, when is the last time you saw me? And there was nothing. So I sent it again. When is the last time you saw me? No reply. And then I put, where do I get this email from? And back came immediately another message telling me an email to send my information to. I said, well, thanks for that. Just tell me, when is the last time I saw you? Nothing. So clearly, someone had taken over her Facebook thing. So please, you've got to be so careful with this stuff. The email ones catch a lot of people out. They've never caught me out. I'm fully aware of what goes on there. But the instant message thing via Facebook was a new one to me. Okay, so watch out for that one as well. If you're going to start talking to someone and you're going to divulge any sort of personal or financial sort of information, make sure it is them. Ask them a question that only they would know the answer to. For example, you know, when did I last see you? Or can you give me my phone number or something like that? All right, just a little bit of advice for you there. Time to go. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. My email address. See you on the next show. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye bye now.